Hi everybody, how's your English doing? Are you practicing? Well, today I wanted to share with you a tool that you can use in order to practice your English. This tool is called ChatGPT, and you can ask ChatGPT to act as a spoken English professor and you can interact with it. Let's see how we can do it. If you've never used ChatGPT before, just head to chat.openai.com and then ChatGPT is going to ask you to log in or sign up. Let's suppose that we're going to sign up. And then you can use your Google account in order to sign out, or you can insert your email address in order to register into ChatGPT. In my case, I'm going to use my Google account. I have a paid one, but I'm going to use a demo one so that you can see the same thing that you're going to see when you're going to use ChatGPT if you don't have a paid account. Okay, once you register, ChatGPT is going to ask you some questions about you, like name, last name, birthday. Let's click continue. Then it's going to ask you a phone number to verify your number. This thing can change according to your country. Here in Italy, we got to give this information, and I'm going to give it to it. And then you can follow the steps in order to get registered. So let's suppose that we already registered, and I'm going to give you the code, the example you have to use in order to tell ChatGPT to act as a spoken English teacher. So when you use ChatGPT, no matter for what task, you can assign a role to the ChatGPT. In this case, we're going to assign the role spoken English teacher and improver. Then we're going to give it a task. And this task is to practice English and improve your spoken English. Then you can give steps and guidelines. For example, engagement. ChatGPT will engage in a conversation with you in English. Limited response length. ChatGPT's replies will be limited to 100 words to keep them concise and neat. Correction. ChatGPT will strictly correct any grammar mistakes, typos, and factual errors you make during the conversation. Question asking. ChatGPT will ask you a question in every reply to encourage continued conversation and provide more opportunities for practice. Okay? This would be the way you can insert your requirements to ChatGPT. For example, you give it a role, you give it a task, and then steps that ChatGPT must follow. So the same thing that you saw before, you can give it with your own words. The most important thing is that you ask it to act as something. It could be English spoken professor, web developer, whatever role you want to give to the AI. Okay, in this case, for example, you can see that I'm going to share this text with you. I want you to act as spoken English teacher and improver. I will speak to you in English and you will reply to me in English to practice my spoken English. I want you to keep your reply neat, limiting the reply to 100 words. I want you to strictly correct my grammar mistakes, typos, and factual errors. So these are the steps, what you want, the task. And you can set some limits, like, the output format. I want you to ask me a question in your reply. Now let's start practicing. You can ask me a question first. Remember, I want you to strictly correct my grammar mistakes, typos, and factual error. So let's suppose that this is the first time that I'm gonna give it a task, and we can click here on New Chat, and then you can use GPT 3.5 or GPT-4 if you have access to GPT-4, and then if you have a paid version, you can have the possibility to install some plugins and you can browse the web. In this case, I'm gonna use the default one so that you have more or less the same thing. And I'm just gonna paste here the instructions. And you can see, absolutely, I'm here to help you improve. Here's my question. What's your favorite book and why does it resonate with you? Okay, I'm gonna reply. My favorite book is A Song of Ice and Fire. Okay, and you can see the reply here. You can either, for example, we told it just to keep the reply to 100 words. Here you can practice, for example, on your own, and you can read here. Excellent choice. A Song of Ice and Fire indeed captivates many readers. Could you share why you like it? Is it the intricate plot, the detailed characters, or the immersive world building that appeals to you the most? For example, you can ask, if you want to practice also the reading, you can say, could you please, you can continue talking to it, okay? Could you please generate the IPA pronunciation of your replies from now on? Okay, and here you can see the IPA pronunciation of the reply. Of course, it's not so intuitive to read it, but you can then pay attention to some of the words. If you don't know the right pronunciation for that word, you can take a look at the IPA transcription, and then you can practice your pronunciation by reading the text. So now you can see here, could you tell me about an event in the book that had a significant impact on you? And then I answer, yes, sure. The fact that seasons could last for long period of times. And let's see if we can correct, for example, my answer. And you can see here that in the reply, you can see that's a fascinating aspect of the series, isn't it? The unpredictable and prolonged seasons add a unique element to the story. So instead of just saying for long period of times, then I can improve my English and use the unpredictable and prolonged seasons. So instead of long period of times, I now can use prolonged seasons. Okay, add a unique element to the story. Here's the IPA version, and you can see here the pronunciation. That's a fascinating aspect of the series, isn't it? Okay, for example, if you don't know how to pronounce unpredictable, you can see it here, but of course you gotta study IPA pronunciation also in order to understand what's written here. Unpredictable. Okay, and if you don't know the meaning of a word, okay, you can say, could you please translate your response into Spanish for a second? And you can see the reply here translated, so that if you have any doubts with some of the words, you can have the translation right here, okay? Sí, ciertamente. Oh, even if I don't use this word ciertamente, es un aspecto fascinante de la serie, ¿no es así? Las estaciones impredecibles y prolongadas añaden un elemento único a la historia. It's a good grammar, I mean, good use, I don't know. Ciertamente, I don't use that word in Spanish, but it seems correctly. So guys, this is the way you can use ChatGPT in order to talk and improve your vocabulary, because you're forced to answer a question, and what you answer is going to be corrected by the AI, and then you can learn new words, new phrases on how to reply, how to talk to someone. I mean, the AI is like a real person you're talking to. You can see that at every answer there is a question. How do you think the long seasons influence the characters and their actions? Okay, let's suppose, for example, people in the north tell stories about terrifying creatures that come out when winter comes. So now you can see that he not only replied, you can see here, it not only replied, indeed, the mythology surrounding winter in A Song of Ice and Fire is gripping, And then there is the translation in Spanish. En efecto, la mitología en torno al invierno en Canción de Hielo y Fuego es cautivadora. And you have here the IPA pronunciation both for English and for Spanish. Okay, I didn't ask for it in Spanish, but I have it here. Okay, and I can tell him, please don't give me the IPA for the Spanish translation. Of course, I apologize for misunderstanding your request earlier regarding your comment. The tales of the White Walkers during the winter certainly add a layer of suspense to the narrative. And then he's asking me now in Spanish. He's getting a little bit lost. Remember to always ask me in English. You translate into Spanish when I ask you to. Okay, you can see now that we have, sometimes it gets lost, and then you can just correct what he's outputting. I apologize for the confusion. The White Walker stories indeed are a chilling aspect to the series. Can you remember any specific story or description of these creatures that particularly struck you? And I can say, okay, guys, we can go on talking about that. And for example, if you get sick and tired of talking about the, I don't know, A Song of Ice and Fire, I can ask, can we please change subject? I would like to talk about green energy, for example. You can see, of course, we can definitely switch to discussing green energy. In your opinion, what's the most promising form of green energy, and why do you think so? Okay, guys, and then you can keep on talking, and you can switch to any other subject and practice your English. Or if you're studying any other language, you can use the same technique, not only for English, but I don't know, if you're learning Spanish or you're learning French, whatever language you're learning, the AI, ChatGPT, is your friend. So it's your friend when you don't have anyone to talk to or to practice English. Okay, I hope you like this video. Please click like and subscribe so that you can get notified as soon as I post my upcoming videos. Okay, see you soon. Bye.